So this scene I found it unnecessary. Howard Hamlin and Goodman fighting, not fighting like Walter and Pinkman did. Like boxing and all that. Um, would have loved it if they ended up fighting like Walter White and Jesse Pinkman did, like in the Bug episode, where there was a lot of anger. It wasn't funny or anything. It was kind of heartbreaking actually, and that they had their falling out. So yeah, I would have loved that. Would have loved to see Howard Hamlin getting angry, going crazy, and making Goodman end up like Rocky Balboa. With bruises on his face and all that. And maybe Goodman pulling up a scheme like, hey, I came to visit Howard Hamlin and he just beat me up because of something offensive I said, and then since they believe Howard to be on drugs, then they would side with Goodman, and yeah, I don't know what made more sense, and doesn't really make sense how they believe that he's a drug addict when Hamlin could have said like, hey, I'll give you a urine sample, you can see that I'm clean, and all this, that, and the third. Or the one about the car with Wendy, the courtesan. He should have said like, hey, you can ask my therapist, I was there. You can even ask him what we talked about. And really love that scene with Howard dying. Yes, it was sad. Tragic, a character that you feel sympathy for. But yeah, great scene, great acting, and yeah, Lalo just casually like, I'm just here to talk to my lawyers. And whether or not Hamlin acted spooked, like, what's this about? He still would have died. He was in a situation like Nacho Varga, rock in a hard place, so either way, the poor guy wasn't gonna make it out alive. So a couple of things that I find and also found unnecessary. So I'll start with what I found unnecessary: the appearances of Walter White and Jesse Pinkman, because I thought it was just gonna be fan catering. But apparently it'll be something important because they're gonna come out more than once. Because, we've been a big middle finger to the fans if they only came out once. And since it'll be more than once, I doubt that Walter White will come back as the boring, average Joe, working at the car wash and all that. The appearance of Emilio, I also find it unnecessary if we already have Crazy 8 coming out. What else do I find unnecessary? This new character called Marion. Last episodes, I don't know how what she'll have to do with this. Maybe Etta Disappear's wife, that she helped him with disappearing if he ever died. And of course, since the actor is dead, they'll have to say that the character died because of him getting sick or shot or something, talking about the character. Okay, so also the teaser where you see the headpiece, the iconic headpiece from Breaking Bad. we see it and we hear Goodman talking, maybe him in the Gene Takovic timeline. I don't know why they say Gene this, Gene that when they're talking about the post Breaking Bad timeline. Just say Goodman, it's the same fucking person. So anyway, he says, I'm not your friend, and if you get greedy and ask for more, don't. So I think it's him confronting the cab driver of his, I'll see you later, Gene. Him being Heisenberg, him being Goodman for the last time. And the cab driver will probably get aggressive, be like, oh yeah, and what if I don't? Huh? And maybe that's where Gene will come up with a scheme to get back at him, getting the cab driver to leave him alone. Oh yeah, also my opinions on the constant cameos of Breaking Bad characters. Now, some of them I do find them necessary, even if they were only for a few episodes, one episode. Like Peter Schuler or Don Eladio. I found those necessary. But then there's characters like Officer Saxton, that waitress where Mike used to go have breakfast. Wendy Spooge, I find them unnecessary. It's just like catering to fans. Now, okay, maybe some of them, the actors were more than willing to come back and meet the new actors, or maybe the old ones that they knew and loved from Breaking Bad. But yeah, like Winnie Spooge and, or Gil Barricker. Well, Gil Barricker found a bit necessary, but yeah, I think it's like catering to fans. Found it really unnecessary. And meanwhile, there's characters that are very important to the story, very important to Goodman's growth into being the famous criminal lawyer. Those don't come out. Jack Walker, Todd Alquist, Patrick Hubie. Yeah, those don't come out. So, yeah, let's see how they wrap it on up. Let's see how they wrap it all up with a nice bow on top. Okay, guys, so yeah, I'll see you later.